Have you been caught in between and in betwixt opinions when you're about to choose your camera for the very first time? For a newbie, there are so many opinions and so many choices available out there that if you're not careful, you would end up being frustrated and totally confounded as to what choices to make. But today I'm going to share with you how I was able to narrow down and choose my own camera for the very first time. If you would like to know how you can choose your own camera for the very first time, stay tuned and let's go. If we're meeting for the very first time, hello, my name is Busola and my goal is to help business-minded people learn that they can start business from exactly where they are and grow their business to levels untold. First off, let's start with the brands involved. I had 4 brands in mind: Canon, Nikon, Panasonic and Sony. I wasn't considering Blackmagic or any other techie cameras because I'm a newbie. I don't even know what those things are, and quite frankly I knew that I wasn't going to be able to afford them anyway. So my options were the Sony, Nikon, Canon and Panasonic. Now where I live in Lagos, Nigeria. Canon and Nikon are so well represented here. All their cameras, virtually all their cameras are available here in Nigeria, much more than the Panasonic and the Sony. Because the Panasonic and the Sony are not readily available here, even when you do find them, they tend to be a little bit more pricey than the Canon or the Nikon. Digging around on YouTube, I learned that the Nikon was not too good out of the box for videos, and also that you might have to learn to work on editing and coloring and all of that, which quite frankly I really don't want to do right now. And I also learned that the Canon right out of the box will give you excellent color grading or very good color grading, and of course that the Canon has very good autofocus. So that was how I was able to narrow down my brand to the Canon. Okay, now we have the brand Canon, but what other things am I looking for in the Canon? I knew that I wanted a flippy screen, which is not negotiable for me. I wanted a flippy screen, not the one that flips up, but a flippy screen. So when I narrowed it down to the Canon, I was now thinking, okay, which Canon? There's so many Canons. From the onset, I always liked the 80D. I like the 80D because there's a YouTuber that I follow and she uses the 80D, and I was like, oh, I like the quality of her videos. I would like to get the 80D. But quite frankly, at this point, as a newbie, I really didn't want to go that route. I was looking for something that is priced lower, that I can just use to test the waters of getting into video. I'm not a professional photographer. I don't know anything about cameras, so I didn't want to start off all too techie. And then after that, the 90D came out and I was like, oh my gosh, 90D, you know, and I really liked it. But same thing, it was over here, the Canon 80D is almost 600,000 naira. That is more than 500,000 naira. That is quite a huge chunk of change. And when you're buying such things here in Nigeria, credit is not readily available. It is available, but not like you will have it in the US, North America, Europe, and other parts of the world. So if you're going to have to buy a camera, you're going to have to come up with all of the money upfront. So I wanted something reasonably priced. But digging through YouTube, I came across the 250D. It was released round about the time that the 90D was released, and I was like, could this be it? Is this the one of whom we speak? I also found the M50. Down the line, I found the M6 Mark II. Now, the M6 Mark II was knocked off because it didn't have a flippy screen. 1, 2, I had to pay extra money to buy the EVF, the electronic viewfinder, which I was not ready to do, which was, if we're going to buy it, that's like another 200 added to the price of the camera, and so many other flimsy things that I just was, so the M6 Mark II was knocked off. So it was now a tie between the 250D, and the M50. Now, the M50, quite good, excellent reviews. So many YouTubers are recommending it, and it is a good camera. It is a very, very good camera. The video samples that I've seen that have used the M50D, I said M50D, that have used the M50 has been quite good. Very good camera. And the lenses, what I've learned is that the M50 uses the M mount lenses, and the choices for the M mount lenses are not as many as the choices for the lenses for the 250D, which you can use, but you would have to buy an adapter. Now, I did not want to spend extra money to buy an adapter because, like I said, I was going to pay a lot of money up front. Now, let's go back to the 250D. The 250D has a huge range of lenses available for it. I don't have to buy an adapter, number one. Number two, it has the flippy screen. Number three, it has a clean HDMI out, which the M50 does not have, because down the line I do plan on you know, live streaming and so on and so forth, which the Canon 250D will allow me to do without having to, you know, look for a workaround on the HDMI and so on and so forth. Now, for the M50, there is a workaround if you want to live stream so that you can get a clean HDMI. But right off the bat, right out of the box, with the Canon 250D, I can get a clean HDMI out. So no extra costs associated with that. So that was how I chose the 250D. So those are the things I considered when I was choosing my camera. Then, of course, let's talk about price. So I was able to narrow down my choices to either the 250D or the M50, right? Now, here where I live, I must also add, there's also the 200D, which is an earlier version of the 250D. Just remember that. Now, where I live, the 200D and the 250D are around about the same price. And I thought to myself, why choose an older model when I can have a newer model for about the same price, right? The M50 is round about the same price, just slightly cheaper than the 250D. So that sealed it for me. And then when I was quite ready to make the purchase, I had saved up my money and I was ready to make the purchase, and I was looking through where to commit, what to actually buy. I found this seller that was actually having a discount, so much, like a huge chunk of discount, that brought the 250D right, the price just like, it was like moment. I was like, yeah, that's my camera. I'm getting that camera. I've found my camera. So I paid for it. I had it delivered. I went to pick it up, and here we are. And now I'm recording my very first YouTube video on the 250D. To be honest, I've not quite mastered the f-stops, the aperture, all those techie things, but I'm learning, and the 250D is quite user-friendly. Let me just say, it is not as technical that I would have assumed it would be. You know, I've watched how-to videos online on how to operate the 250D, and it's such a beautiful, excellent camera. It's been quite a journey to make a leap from an Android phone to a camera. Now, my argument right today is not about DSLR or mirrorless or full frame or all of that. I just wanted a camera that I can use as a newbie to film my videos, that will give me great quality, great autofocus, and flippy screen. Yeah, so there you have it. So thank you for watching. That's how I've been able to choose my camera for the very first time. And if you found value in this video at all, please hit the like button and comment down below on what you would like to see in future, and then I'll see what I can do to make it happen for you. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.